December the 2nd, 2024, and the merriment intensifies here on the Single Malt Review with Dave and Tim.
It sure does. We're in it now. There is no going back. We have begun the journey to which there is no return. We are in the, what do they call the one that went really bad? The something's passage.
The Northwest Passage?
Yeah, it went bad for everybody, and it's going to go bad for us with dram number 2.
Start us off.
I think all things told, we got an easy one for the first one. Not that we got it right, but we did get it close at least. And we did, after some research, figure out what clue it was. It was the Jolly Louis Vuitton, or presumably it was, which I've now rubbed off. So if we get another one that pertains to, then we're doubly screwed. So never mind.
Well,
okay,
it can only be Glenmorangie, I guess.
We have another treacherously full here one. Number 2. Woo! Here it comes. All right. What do we make of this? Are we in some sort of other bonus territory? No, we are not. Not even a little bit. We are in...
That's a nice colour. It's a very bright gold.
It is. It is a lovely colour, if it can be believed.
Oh, it's a lovely aroma too.
It is. It's a pretty lovely whiskey, actually. This is...
This is very familiar. That's a lot of honey there.
It's a very Highlandy whiskey. Lots of very, very sweet honey, beeswax, florals. Pretty sumptuous stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Just going by the nose.
It could even be. It could be a blend.
A blend?
Yeah, you sometimes get a sort of a sweetness off when there's a modest amount of grain.
I'd go as far as blended malt.
Okay.
This is just too juicy. This is too intense for me for blend. The fruit is too real. And there's a tiny bit of... There's a teensy bit, and I'm not talking Campbellton levels, but there's just a hint of funky.
There's also a hint of heat.
A little bit of jazz.
That is potent.
Oh, actually, I should taste it before we reveal the clue.
Yeah, it's hot. Something either high proof or just one of those curiously spicy whiskies.
It's not low proof.
No.
That's getting up there, I think.
Yeah. I don't want to start guessing yet.
What a chewy dram. That's a nice one. Okay, here it comes. Oh, almost got 2. Almost got 3.
Oh my goodness.
The danger is everywhere. Okay. Talking point number 2.
Sulphur?
Question mark. Interesting. Does it mean, are we supposed to be tasting sulphur? Are we supposed to be thinking about sulphur? Is there no sulphur at all? Is there a lack of sulphur? All of these things could be true. Well, I think I might be, and you know what? This is a real problem. Have you ever tasted whiskey? And I know you have. And someone says, "Oh, I can taste crisp green apples in there," and suddenly, oops, here they are.
Yeah.
The crisp green apples have arrived.
Of suggestion.
It can be really lethal, and so now all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh yeah, sulphur. Obviously, there is a little bit of sulphur here." So making and gazing vacantly at the clues, I will approach that shortly. Sulphur. What drams are famous for their sulphur? I can only think of one. Edredor. Okay, no, then I can think of 2.
Yeah.
You've cued that in my
Edredor
brain.
Ibisco especially was cask strength, in fact.
Edredor, and the one I was thinking of was Ben Nevis.
Right.
The one with just this unshakable relationship with sulphur, which is probably undeserved now because the days of the laughably sulphurous Ben Nevis was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This does not taste like Ben Nevis. Ben Nevis is one of those ones that I like to say, I say in confidence, fair weather confidence, that it's like when you get a Ben Nevis, you know. But I certainly don't in this case. This is a very nice whiskey. It's not it's not definitively one thing, which is a bit spooky. We may have to consult the clues on this one.
That has not clouded up substantially with the addition of water. Maybe added too little.
Interesting. Well, there's still more chill-filtered whiskies than there are unchill filtered, so we should be ready for them.
That's brought out the volcanism. Oh yeah, that's unleashed some sulphur.
So we're thinking sulphur. Okay.
Yeah, unless of course it is the clue is telling us that we should expect sulphur, but there isn't any.
I think we're all in on sulphur now. We can't wriggle out of this one, and we're going to look very indecisive. Looking at the clues, I don't think this is South Africa. This is surely not Bunnahabhain. Goodness knows what's going on with the sheep. I'm not sure this is the. Well, I don't know, we'll reserve judgment on the worm tubs. This is, and sorry, Central Otago, way too complete of a whiskey than anything anyone in New Zealand can make right now. Weems, goodness knows. Made in America, absolutely not. English, doubt it. Asia, this could be This could be. I was about to say Indian because of the fruit, but I think Japanese is a more likely contender. Four-leaf clover, can't make it work. Scandi Noir, I'd be surprised.
Could it be
Organic,
Irish? Could
who
it be
knows?
an Irish whiskey? Like,
No, it doesn't. It tastes too, and again, fair weather confidence. Irish whiskey is the one that likes to get me to come out from behind the bushes and with the shillelagh ready. But
Organic, which an organic distill, their sulphur is at odds with it.
yeah,
That would be.
and obviously not the parachute. So again, I think we're just going on our palates here, and
Well, because of the intensity of it, I'm inclined to think 12-year-old cask strength. No?
well, no, okay, that's fine. We get a guess each. This is not cast
Yeah.
strength.
So it did seem uncommonly hot.
It's
on first
flavourful
taste.
though.
Yeah.
It's very flavourful. It's a good concentrated whiskey. This is a nice old whiskey.
Right.
No bones about it. Not going to say very nice. I'm a little bit shrug now with what we've got to work with here. Edredor and I just said it, Ben Nevis.
Well, I'm going to pin my hopes and dreams on Edredor.
Edredor, okay. Right there. And as much as I don't think this is Ben Nevis, it's the closest thing I've got.
Right.
And so I'm going to use what I got, and I'm going to say Ben Nevis.
Shall we end our collective
I
suffering?
feel so low confidence on this.
Aha! Miyagi-Kyo.
Oh, okay.
It is a Nika single malt, 45% ABV, so higher proof, but that makes sense. Nika, they own Ben Nevis, right? So is
The soul is just slowly leaving my body. That's such a long way. We were doing so well.
Yeah.
This is going to make our 40 kilometres look absolutely laughable. All
Well,
right,
I was
sorry,
talking
you
about
were
either
saying something
Peter's-
sensible.
Yeah. It's
Miyagi, does Nika? I know Ben Nevis is owned by one of the Japanese
yeah, I think
ones.
it's Nika, and they were. Oh wait, no, it's Yoichi. But is Yoichi a Nika?
I think it is. I
Goodness.
think Nika's the safe bet because it's
Yeah.
like most of them, most of the established ones anyway. And this is now. Let me try and say something intelligent. I'm not sure if it's the vogue these days. I think this is one of the things that got tightened up a wee bit when they
Yeah.
reformed a lot of the extremely notoriously loose Japanese whiskey sort of laws, I suppose.
They could not be calling it a single malt as they are here if it was
because
contained.
you used to
imported
get,
whiskey.
and I think it was Nika, but don't quote me on this. They used to do a lot of half and half type stuff, and I think they used to do it with Ben Nevis.
Yeah, they did.
This is coming from a very old part of my brain now, and I don't think the practice goes on anymore.
No.
But if we were to go,
If
go
it does,
full,
they have to call it a world whiskey.
yeah,
or something
that's
whiskey.
what I would think. So we'll assume this is not.
Yeah,
but
this is Japanese single malt.
if we were to go conspiracy brain, if we were to get there's some pins and red thing here, you could connect Ben Nevis. There's this really tortured path you could walk to get there, and I would never get there. But I can kind of walk it back and see. But in terms of clues, presumably this was our Asia,
Expect so. Yeah.
or is it? I'm going to annotate. I'm going to put a little question mark because that it could be our Asia. Yeah.
Well, let's see just how wrong we were.
Oh, this is going to be a hard one. Okay, this is going to require a cut. Come back in just a sec.
Well, geographically speaking, we couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah. This was the big one, folks, and it was only dram number 2. This is a frankly laughable distance that puts our 40 kilometres into a very, very, very insignificant place. But here it is, guys. I am now on 13,000. 13,205 kilometres. But Dave is very close by, thankfully, on 13,107 kilometres. How big will the number get? I'm hoping the jumps will be smaller from where we go, but who knows?
This does assume a primarily overland route from Japan,
Yeah.
heading north and west of the sea, across Asia, across Europe,
You know,
then
just
over to the British Isles, and finally up to those respective
just an
distilleries.
afternoon through Mongolia. Yeah, you'll get there in the end.
So where are we going to rank the Miyagi-Kyo?
I kind of like the Miyagi-Ko. I'm not saying that I've Big Ten's a slouch, but it's slouching just a little lower than the Miyagi-Ko
Yeah.
for me. What are we thinking? This new
Likewise.
Best Western, the number one. Yeah, what a real hill it had to climb there. Exactly one distillery to step over to become our new number one. So here's the list. It is currently 2 whiskies, Miagako in first place, and Ardbeg, absolute trash, in last. We'll see how things develop. All right, catch us for the next one.